the go-to for real, for real. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What's going on, y'all? We're gonna be trying something a little different today. So as you guys can see, what I'm saying, it's a little bit more on the darker side. I got to charge my light up. Yeah, I got to charge my light up. I don't feel like plugging it up. It's a lot going on right now. Anywho, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a deep dive, and we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, their beef. I want to start off by saying this. Everything that we do, all the type of content that we put out, we go through and we go over everything. That the net of it, I'm hoping that you guys will be able to take something outside of this petty mess. You know what I mean? Like, because arguing on the internet, talking about people's mamas, daddies, boyfriends, children is very, very childish. All right. And if you don't take anything else away from this live stream on top of any other live stream that I done, take this. We look at stuff like this, we point it out, we're not picking, we're showing examples of what not to do. All right. And we're going to dissect it. We're going to start off from the petty of the petty. We're going to talk about, or we're going to go over Charleston White. Y'all know how he is, man. That dude just don't care. We're going to go over the comments that Charleston White said. We're going to go over some things that Nicki Minaj said, some things that Cardi B said, as well as the people. All right. We're going to also hear from the people. And we're going to take this beef back all the way from, when did they say this thing started? Was it like 2000 and freaking 17, something like that? Yeah, yeah. When I'm looking at it, it says somewhere around 2017 was when all of this stuff kind of started, right? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go through a few things. If y'all feel free, man, let us know where you're calling in from, or where you're typing in from or whatnot. I know y'all probably used to me also wearing my KD merch today. I figured we just gonna go all white, all right? Because we're gonna take the high road with a lot of this stuff. Again, we're gonna start from the petty of the petty, and then hopefully we're gonna get around to you know, hopefully this issue ends up getting resolved or whatever. They both come to the front of the congregation and understand that this is childish. But they said that this thing dated back all the way from 2017. Hold on. Let me make sure. All right, yeah. I'm gonna read y'all briefly like some things that I've seen online. And again, all this is alleged. We don't know for sure. It's just theories, rumors, and just some online speculations, right? So I see some stuff online about them talking about mixtapes in the early 2000s. Y'all know when Nicki Minaj first came out, it was a lot of people that wanted to be like Nicki. It was a few women I can't think of like off the top though. It was a few women that even came out with the last like Minaj or something like that. It was a few different Minajes. It was like some hood rappers, but they were coming up, and you can tell it was a lady with blue hair or something like that. Because Nicki was really really big on like that pink, I believe. But yeah, it was some lady that was in the hood. She rocked like blue hair or something like that. But anyway, Nicki was basically saying, it's a lot of these out here, trying to be like me. And if the shoe fits, maybe Cardi felt some type of way about that and, said some things. So then it takes us to the early 2017, Cardi B released Bodak Yellow. Signed her first, major label or whatever. Signed with her first major label, Atlanta Records. And, she was top of the chart. And it really did seem like what's the lady's name? Cardi B was jumping on everything, man. She was jumping on she was always aggravating me. Like it was just something about her voice and that, you know what I'm saying? And It just wasn't ladylike. Was not a fan of it, and I am not a fan of that. Ugh. Anyway, so 2017, Nikki Offset, 21 Savage released the London on the top track produced song No Flag. Okay, so they released a song called No Flag. The song includes the lyrics. Y'all know I don't curse, so forgive me if I butcher the heck out of this thing. Little B, I heard these labels trying to make another me. Everything you get, little 304, is cause of me. But Nikki denied the song had anything to do with Cardi B. She was like, listen, that ain't got nothing to do with her. You know, that was just me rapping. Okay, cool. Cool. But August 2017, 2017, Cardi addressed on, let's see, on stage at the, what the hell is some type of event. She never, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. She was on stage and she said, you know this B, y'all, yeah, you know this B, she never effing like me. And all of a sudden she wants to be friends with me. No, B, I still don't like you, B. I'll butcher the heck out of that. I apologize, but y'all catch my drift, man. I need to have somebody in here that don't mind, you know. Anyway, 2017 again, Cardi B went on the Breakfast Club and said some things or whatever. Y'all know how Charlemagne is. They gonna grill you. They gonna get the insight. Congratulations, my fellow. What? Thank you. This means so much. Okay, so this is weird. So on Twitter, Nicki Minaj congratulated Cardi B and tagged her on Twitter, telling her congratulations, on the record-breaking achievement, blah blah blah. Enjoy it, you know. This is the only thing that matters. And she said, "Thank you. This means so much coming from you." What the hell is going on? And I remember them doing motorsport together. I don't want to get too much into that because we actually have a video later on where they're gonna be talking about that. So I'm trying to make sure that the content that we got later on don't really clash with this. But October 2017, y'all remember Nicki Minaj and Cardi B did that collab together. Well, they were on the same song together, Motorsport, with the Amigos. All right. Let me see. November 2017. Nikki. Oh yes. Again, I don't wanna say anything. We're gonna skip that because we'll talk about that later. 2018, Nikki and Cardi reportedly got into an argument at this event at the New York Fashion Week on September the 7th, which led to another physical altercation. Wait, what? Cardi threw a shoe at a member of Nicki's entourage. Oh man, okay. Well, this is crazy, man. You got two grown women that are mothers that were once. Whoa, let me. Okay, I forgot. Y'all can't see that. Nicki Minaj got on this see-through shirt. You can see everything. That's crazy. Some of the stuff that they be wearing is just crazy, man. For real. So fast forward to 2023, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B both attended MTV VMAs. Nicki's husband, Petty. Yeah, okay, so they ain't got really okay. All right. Nicki Minaj can't call the cops every time you flop. Just saying. Uh-oh. Yeah, both of them, they too old for this. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So the very first person that we're gonna bring up, man, is gonna be none other than Charleston White. So before I get this dude on here, I'm gonna tell you right now, if there are any kids in the room, get out now. If you're around people, put some headphones in because this is the unedited version. And y'all, I don't really, believe in cursing or whatever. But people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. I can't, I'm not about to sit here and edit these videos. That take way too long. All right, we got too many clips to go through. But this is like a 7-minute video, and when I tell you Charleston White went in, this dude was on a whole nother level, man. A whole nother level. All right, so let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. That out the way. Yeah, so this is Charleston White. All right. Y'all bear with me, man. Good grief. We're gonna have to pray before we play this. Cause Charleston White off the chain, boy. That boy crazy. All right, here we go. Let's get into the content.
Minaj, she didn't fuck nobody to get to the top. Birdman didn't fuck her. Drake didn't fuck. Nigga, she did not fuck her way to the top. Unlike Cardi. That's how you know black women and young black girls is fucked up because they side with Cardi B over the Queen Nikki. This Nikki all day on my baby. Cardi B is a fire bitch. She a fire bitch with a diseased pussy.
Good grief. Oh my goodness. All right, listen. I'm not gonna stop. Well, the only time I'll stop it is if I disagree. All right. If I disagree with him on anything, then I'll stop it. All right. Now, what he's saying about her having, a disease, what's the name? I want to say that's already been proven that was false. I believe she actually took somebody to court for that. So, Charleston White know and understands content. He's been doing it for a lot longer than me, extremely successful at what he does. And he knows what to say, how to say things, how to get around certain things. So, I'm not going to advise him because he's probably going to see this content anyway. But yeah, I think it's been proven that she doesn't have like a disease. But I'll stop it when I disagree with what he's saying, or if it's not a fact.
Cardi B ain't black. She's a Latin, Spanish, black, twisted. Nicki Minaj is a sister. Ain't no way we go pick the Latin bitch over the sister. Now we know the Latin bitch is a rotten, dirty leg hoe. She ain't just no funky bitch. She's a rotten, dirty leg hoe. She used to say a pussy, bitch come off her back. Now, I salute the hoe. I salute the hoe Cardi B because she's a stomp down rotten hoe to the core. Bitch come from selling pussy, drugging men.
She did.
Loving hip-hop reality TV to a world biggest star. That's what you call a hoe who know how to lay on her back in order to get on her feet. This bitch came before the world and bragged to the world, I don't cook, I know how to fuck. Bitch, all hoes know how to fuck. So what make you a special hoe? Cause you know how to fuck and can't cook. That puts you in the category of a no good bitch hoe. Cause it take more to keep a man's attention than just laying on your back, letting him fuck all the hoes. All hoes do that, bitch. So you done come from being a hoe, now you done went from being a hoe to a housewife. One of the biggest lies they tell young boys in America is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You a goddamn lie. She turned into a good housewife. Bitch just couldn't cook. See, this is what got you hoes fucked up. And ain't nobody telling you hoes this.
I disagree with that. I don't think you can turn a hoe into a housewife. Now, I don't really know the dynamics of Cardi B's relationship with Offset because it's a lot of things that goes on behind closed doors. But I will say this, right? You are what you attract. And I think that it's safe to say that Offset is not a a husband or husband material. As she got the opportunity to see before she got into a relationship, before she got engaged, before she got married, that wasn't a husband. He's not moving or hasn't been moving, never has moved like a husband moves. Somebody that is playing a field, you know what I mean? That's a bachelor. That's not a husband. and continued to do that even after he got married, that's not a husband. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, I would not consider her to be a wife. She's never moved like a wife ever. To me, anybody that goes out the doggone house with everything showing is not moving like a wife should move. Nobody should be seeing all that stuff but your husband. Like cover that stuff up, and I don't care what people say. Well, she's in the industry. There are plenty of people in the industry that know and understand. Yo, I'm still gonna be covered. I'm still gonna be respectful. For my significant other, I'm a representation of them, and I'm not about to sell myself or sell my body to make sure that we're gonna get a couple more dollars here and there. Aren't you talented? Can you not lean more on your talent and instead of relying, again on that low hanging fruit, your flesh? I mean, if she is as talented as they say she is, then let the talent speak for you. You don't have to let your body do any of those things. So yeah, I would not classify her as that. And also, she even said, I believe she said, let me get that straight. I think that I've seen something online or something about her saying that yes, she did used to drug men, or she have drugged men before. She has quote unquote been out there. She did allegedly sleep with somebody while she was pregnant with another man's child. All right. All right, now we going.
Your grandmama tried to tell you hoes how to keep a man. You think sucking his dick, letting it gag your snot coming out your nose, you pull the dick out, it's full of spit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now,
You think when you put it back in your mouth, you got it. Cause he fucking your mouth. He fucking your throat. You think you a best dick sucker and just the best. Listen.
Man, he's showing out.
Common is common. Jacking off, common is common. I get the same feeling. If you suck it, she suck it, you just stay on it longer and your mouth is more wetter. The difference between Nikki and Cardi. One thing I know about Nicki Minaj, she didn't fuck nobody to get to the top. She rapped her way to the top.
I don't know about that now. It's a little questionable. I don't know. I don't know if it was Lil Wayne or Drake or both, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is or whatever. It's never came out, so I guess we can probably lean a little bit more to what Charleston White is saying, but it just seems like
She been around all the major players, all the big niggas. Birdman didn't fuck her. Drake didn't fuck. Nigga, she did not fuck her way to the top, unlike Cardi.
well, he having too much
Nikki
fun.
ain't been caught fucking off on her husband. No matter what her husband did.
Facts.
Y'all say all these horrible things about her husband. She still ride or die because
Facts.
what the Bible says, for better or for worse.
Till
Nikki still ride with her nigga for better or for worse.
And they done
She
said
told that
crazy.
she knew what kind of nigga she married. She still with her husband. Cardi, on the other hand, caught her husband cheat and when turned back into a hoe. I'm sorry, you can't go back into being a hoe once you've been a housewife. You a hurt bitch now.
What
She ain't no confident hoe. That's why she want to fight Ice Spice. She's lashing out. She's not a confident hoe. And then she even said the man put her into a mental hospital. She started having mental problems with her team. Then, bitch, why did you jump out the frying pan into the skillet? If you think this Stefan nigga ain't finna break your motherfucking spirit as a woman, bitch, you got a nigga who the whole football team said, man, I wouldn't want this nigga around my sister.
Facts.
Bitch, you pregnant with 4 other hoes.
Facts.
You cannot come before black people, Cardi, and talk as if you can hold your head up. Bitch, you walking in shame. That's why you gotta say, girl, that's all our baby daddy. I mean, all y'all got the same disease.
Listen. If y'all take away all the bees and the hoes and all the extra stuff, I mean, you can't say that this brother is lying. You go from Offset, who was allegedly cheating on you, sleeping on, and that was a deal breaker for you, and you go from Offset to Stefan Diggs. They literally took the camera around in the locker room with the guys that he played football with, his brothers. Like those are literally like your brothers. he probably, especially during the season, spend more time with those guys, or you're gonna spend more time with those guys than you do your own family. You spend a lot of time with them dudes, so they get to know you very, very well. And the guys that are that close and like, listen, I'm cool with anybody else being around my sister except for Diggs. That is the last guy that I would want to date my sister. That says a lot about you as an individual. Damn. And what did he say? Four? Allegedly, four women are pregnant. Is this all at the same time? Because I know it's been a lot of stuff that's been coming out since Cardi has announced her being pregnant by him. It's like women coming out the woodwork saying, "You too? You jump like you said, man. You jump out of the bucket right into the skillet. It's crazy. That got to be like an old people saying."
Nicki Minaj got every right to talk about this little bastard motherfucker.
Whoa.
It's a bastard baby. Nicki, baby, got the grace and the mercy of God because she was born in wedlock with a mother and father. This baby is going to be fucked up. Not only that, look at what she going through during the pregnancy. She's going through emotional shit. She fighting. We finna have another bobblehead. I called it. I called it with Blueface and Krishan. Stephon Diggs and Cardi B finna have a bobblehead.
I ain't with that.
Baby ain't gonna be able to have a stiff neck till he about 4 or 5 years old. This baby gonna have anger issue because the temperament of the mother. This baby gonna be a pervert. The mama freaky and the daddy freaky. The mama fuck with men and women. The daddy fuck with men and women. This baby is gonna be a freaky phenomenon. I'm telling you for you. Just remember I said this. Now, Cardi, you fucking with Nikki by being molested. You got a nigga in the house that cannot control his sexual urges. You better watch your baby that ain't his. Cardi, I'm gonna say it again. You got a nigga that got a lust demon in him. When that nigga rile up, he'll run through a wall, they say. Pull up on his partner with the, say, wake up, nigga. Hey,
Oh, pulled up on his partner. I don't know. Man. Sometimes Charleston can be a little bit extra. I don't know how true that is. Stephon Diggs liking men and women is crazy word. Now that make me want to kind of go and look at some stuff now, just to make sure. Is this like how true is this, man? How true is that? Stephon Diggs like men and women. If anybody heard anything about this, please.
and if you can't whoop him, he go jack off on you. So you got you a motherfucker to deal with. Say, Offset, keep your eye on your daughter.
Yeah.
Offset, I'm telling you right now, I'm around that Stephon boy. Listen, just start looking for changed behavior. That's how you go know. He gonna start whooping Cardi. This bitch thinks she done caught something big. Man, bitch, yeah. I'm just say, look. The baby, I'm saying, baby gonna be fucked up. That's all I know. Offset, I salute you, my nigga. Don't divorce the bitch. Make the bitch keep staying in them houses. The bitch complain about, listen, mash on the hoe, nigga. You know how nigga supposed to do a hoe? And the bitch, yeah, no, nigga, she not mash on the bitch. Do that bitch like Kevin did Wendy.
Hold on, before we get into all of that, so I did see something online. I don't know how true this is, but Cardi B allegedly went to Offset and was like, yo, let's just live in peace. Let's just go ahead and get this divorce. I go my way, you go your way, and that's just it. And allegedly, Offset was like, hell no, we not doing that. I won't have. You made all the doggone money, and does it sound familiar? You made all the money, and I got used to a certain type of lifestyle. And no, I want it all. I want the house, I want the car, I want the alimony, I want the big time payout, all of that stuff. I'm about to be Petty Anderson. I want it all. And I want to say it was something like a 70-30, something like that, man. It was something crazy. Again, all this is allegedly. This is something that I've seen online. I don't know how true it is. No facts, no documents, or no real documents to really back that up. It was just something that I've seen online. But I mean, it makes sense because if you look at these type of cases, most of the time you got guys that are the breadwinner that make the most money, and the divorce happens because that guy made all the money. The young lady, was presented with a certain type of lifestyle, got used to a certain type of lifestyle, and she's taking not. Sometimes they don't even take half. Sometimes they take a majority. It seems like they taking 80%, and that guy left with 20. Now, because he still has, his brain is smarts, and all those things, he can make it back. But, bruh, when you start thinking about all the stuff that they get, the land, the houses, the cars, the everything or whatever, and then the money that they got to pay per month, and some of them have to also, they throw child support. Man, no. But this is pretty much what's happening, except for, she got custody of the children, I guess.
Run that bitch in one of them hospitals. Run up or break the bitch. You done fucked up, nigga, having a baby with this bitch. But God don't make no mistakes. God don't make no mistakes. You did, nigga. You decided to put your dick in that hole. Listen, but you done the right thing. You ain't had no outside baby.
Babies, yep. There
fuck
it is.
who you want to fuck. That bitch wrong. And for black women to go against Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj ain't fuck nobody. Gucci tried, everybody tried to fuck Nicki. Nicki wouldn't give nobody no pussy. And she been down with her man.
She have.
Her one man. No matter what we think about it, no matter what
Gotta
we feel about it, no matter what kind of dirt you throw. Say, Cardi, you remember you used to drug men. How low can you go? That's how you know black women and young black girls is fucked up because they siding with Cardi B over the Queen Nikki. This Nikki all day on mine, baby. I ain't going with no hoe that done been a housewife that done backslid back to being a disgruntled bitch. Bitch, you done, man, bitch, you was a man, bitch. You supposed to let that nigga do what he do. You sneak and fuck the pool boy. How you gonna go fuck a nigga that's fucking everybody raw? Men and women. Bitch, you ought to be sick in the head. One thing I know about Nicki Minaj, she didn't fuck nobody to get to.
So that, my friends, was Charleston White. All right, so that's what Charleston White had to say about it. Again, I don't necessarily agree with the language, because y'all know how I am about that, man. Shouldn't have to call anybody's names to get your point across. But the guy was speaking a lot of facts. And these are not things that, not everything, that he was saying, but some of the things that he was saying actually came from Cardi B herself. She said it out of her own mouth. If you go back and you look at those interviews and stuff, like, she literally has said some of the stuff out of her own mouth. And we just seen right before our eyes how she went from bad to worse. Because at least Offset put a doggone ring on her finger. And maybe he was cheating ever so often. But I don't think that Offset has as bad of a rep as Stephon Diggs, man. Like, the stuff that people have said about this dude is just crazy. We done heard about Offset, sleeping around with women and stuff like that, but I have never said, listen, Offset is the last guy that I want to see around my sister. That's crazy. From people that supposed to be your teammates. Again, I don't know how, that stuff works over there, but normally when you're on a team, like, I look at you as a brother, as family. For you to say that about, again, somebody that's that close to you and it wasn't just one guy. Like, they interviewed multiple people and said this guy is the worst of the worst. Absolutely not. Never. Not a chance in double H. Not a chance in HE double hockey sticks. There's no chance I'm leaving this guy around my sister. No. No. All right, so anyway, so that was Charleston. All right, so that was Charleston White that gave his little spiel or whatever. Now we're going to transition over to, which one is this? Because they've been going back and forth, man. There was a lot of stuff that's been online with Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter. A lot of stuff that was on X, man, that, again, I didn't agree with, but we're taking it from extremely petty to hopefully getting to, I don't even want to say it.
Always take. Cardi has since responded to that apology from Nikki. She said,
Hold on, I tell you what. Before we get into that, because I want to make sure. Here we go. This is what I wanted. So again, Nicki Minaj did say some stuff about culture, which is Cardi B's child. All right. So she did, and Cardi B said some stuff on X, but I will not show that on this platform. I mean, like she went off, and I don't even know if this video shows it, but if it does, we're gonna speed past that because I don't want no beef. Y'all forgive me. This computer is struggling.
I just want to apologize in advance. It's about to get nasty. Nicki Minaj went ahead and said, Culture, you are a roach and a monkey just like your sister. Oh, Lord. Mind you guys, this whack comes after Cardi B went ahead and said that she would spill the tea on why Papa Bear don't know his ABCs. Cardi B went ahead and responded to Nicki Minaj calling Culture, for one, a vulture, and for two, pretty much calling Culture ugly. Cardi B went ahead and said that Nicki Minaj's son is non-verbal, which was probably the biggest mistake that Cardi B could have done. Cardi B went ahead and said, Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak, and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drinks down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such an obsessed and dark-spirited hated hoe. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, man, it was a lot of back and forth on Twitter. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, like I said, because these comments, these tweets got a whole lot where like it got extremely petty, man, and a little bit too dirty for my liking. But they pretty much just went back and forth, man, talking about each other, talking about each other's kids, and I don't necessarily rock with that. But y'all pretty much got the net of it. And so this is what happened after the fact, right? After they got into going at
Said, don't give my child.
hold on. Because Nicki Minaj
Cardi
did
has since
apologize.
responded to that apology from Nikki. She said, don't give my child no backhanded apology. Keep my child name out your mouth because I'ma always take you where you don't want to go about mine. Honest truth, this going back and forth about kids is really draining my energy. I don't want to keep mentioning kids. It feels very nasty and dark, but the energy you keep giving my kids, I'ma resend back to Messenger. Then she issued her own apology to Papa Bear. And she said, Dear Papa Perk, I'm sorry that your mommy haven't cut you a birthday cake for the past 3 days because she can't take my success or happiness. One day you're going to grow up, and I hope you understand when a girl says no, it means no. And you can overcome the pedophilia blood you inherited from your grandfather, father, and uncle. Oh my God. Please don't hate me when you grow up because your mommy rather give me more attention than she gives you. Hopefully when somebody that really cares about her puts her in rehab and get her the help she needs, she come out and read you a book. Y'all, it has been such a crazy week.
People like, some people be eating this stuff what they think is funny. I think, again, all of this stuff is extremely childish, man. And here you have two mothers, two wives acting this child is crazy. The fact that y'all dragging family into this is just, it's nasty, man. Extremely nasty. Anyway, we're going to take it back real quick before we bring that thing forward. So this is one thing that Cardi B had to say, and we're just going to let her rock.
On you respect because you're somebody that I listened to ever since I was in high school.
Hold on. My bad, y'all.
We could settle it however you want to settle it. We could settle it however you settle it however you want to settle it. We could settle it however you want to settle it.
Hold on, y'all. Am I tripping?
We could settle it however you want to settle it. We could talk about it or we could fight it out. I'm with whatever. But I'm sick and tired of that back and forth shit. I'm not doing it. I'm in a good space right now. Let me know what's up. Wait, and then you once said that I never showed you genuine love. And that's crazy because when you pull up all my videos, you see that I'm always showing you respect. Because you're somebody that I listened to ever since I was in high school. And that's crazy to me because I show you respect, but the difference between me and a lot of these bitches, I don't suck your dick. That's the difference. What you need to do is stop focusing on other people, focus on yourself, and focus on your craft because you're out here fucking up your legacy looking like a fucking hater. We could settle it high, bro. You want?
Okay, so it actually now what I will say is this. I thought that that was actually maybe not a bad solution. You know, I'm all for people pulling up on each other and having a conversation face to face because most of the time when you have this back and forth over the internet, over the phone, text messages, tweets, and things like that, anything, I mean, anything can be taken out of context. That's why it's always better. You know what? Let us get a little face to face. Let's have a conversation face to face, whether it be FaceTime if y'all can't, initially get to each other, whatever. Like I want to be able to see, your reactions. I want you to be able to feel, what I'm putting out. And people can tell, man. People can tell by your demeanor. I think that body language is gonna say a lot more than words could ever say. You know what I mean? So I actually agree with that. Either pull up, have a conversation, just like women are supposed to do, or men, or box. Take them doggone nails off in a celebrity boxing match. Oh my goodness. I think that would have solved all of this right here. Because after that, after you put them doggone gloves on, you get into the ring, nothing else can be said after that decision is made. If somebody get knocked out in that ring, you can't say ish. You hear me? Now just know and understand it's a good possibility that you might be a meme. Nate Robinson know all too well. Like they drugged that man for a while. But he a good sport. He actually took it, you know what I'm saying, in stride or whatever and kind of laughed it off. But I think that both are really, really great ideas. Sit down, have a conversation, lash it out, do what women do, what grown people do. All right? Or put that mug in the inside of a boxing match. Even if y'all got on here, get to protect yourselves. I know your face might be your moneymaker, or in this case, body might be your moneymaker. You want to protect that, but I definitely agree with that, man. Sit down or stand up, box it out, and call it a day. So this is gonna be a video from Nikki Minaj. All right. Now this is a little bit longer, but this is one of the only videos that I can actually find on such short notice. So we're gonna go ahead and let Nikki cook.
Quavo texted me. I still have the text in my phone. First of all, Quavo came to my studio and played Motorsport. He was the only person on Motorsport. I said, oh, that's a hit. That's out of here. I want to get on that one. He wanted me to get on a record call for keeps. She for keeps. I said, no, please, 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 let's do Motorsport. He came back after and said, all the guys going to be on Motorsport. I was like, okay, yeah, I figured that. I knew that much because I knew they were working on their group album. And he texted me and he said, is it okay to put Cardi on it? And I still have the text in my phone where I said, yeah, let's do it. And that's the only story I told. I said exactly how it came about. And when it was time to clear the air about that, no one did that. Everybody, all of them allowed me to look like I lied. And, even with the scheduling conflict, she's using my hairdresser now. So even he can attest to the fact, Tokyo, he knows that there really was a scheduling conflict and it was because of him. He's the one that couldn't show up. And I texted him, I said, that if I don't show up the day she's shooting, they're going to act like it's because I'm doing it to be mean, with the current Nikki hate train. And he wasn't able to come, he had something to do and that's fine. So I had to shoot on another day. They all knew that, especially if you're using my hairdresser now, he can attest to that. And you still did interviews and y'all all still jumped around that. And just to paint Nikki as the bad person so that you could play the victim. And that really, really hurt me because I really fully supported her. And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I could just imagine how many girls wish they could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. And I mean, I'm not saying it in a cocky way, but like, yikes. I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying it like the first thing out of your mouth when someone asks you about a Nicki Minaj feature is, she changed her version. Excuse me? It's because of the Nikki hate parade that she felt the comfortability to address me in that manner. Quavo texted me. I still have the text in my phone. First of all, Quavo.
Now, hear me out. This honestly feels sincere. I do know though that Nicki Minaj is a character, so you got to be real careful. So I'm gonna tread lightly. We have seen tweets from Nicki Minaj congratulating her publicly, tagging her publicly on Twitter, congratulating her on, her success. Now, I have not seen that the other way around. I honestly haven't. So I'm a little bit inclined to believe what Nicki Minaj is saying right here. I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all thoughts are, but I kind of believe Nicki, man. And only because, man, Cardi B is known for being extremely petty. All right. Anyway, so we have the this is what I should have played earlier, but this is the tweet from Nicki Minaj apologizing to Culture. I thought I had freaking put this back to back, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let this rock. And this is actually coming from a one of I don't know whose fan it is, but it's coming from one of their fans.
Nikki tried to throw a white flag out there to call a truce by apologizing to Culture for talking about her and telling her that it's a purpose behind why she's doing what she's doing. And it comes off a little backhandish because, she's trying to explain to her as if she and this child has a relationship when they don't. So even though it's not ill-intended, it is inappropriate because you could just say your apology and keep it going. You don't have to do the explaining and saying, in due time she will understand, why she had to do what she had to do. But it's not her to be that type of mean person like that. And I understand what she's talking about because after she sent that apology, Cardi sent her apology letter to Papa Bear and Lord, Papa Perk? Not Papa Perk, child. So Cardi's apology letter is a straight drag. She is roasting Papa Bear and telling him when he grows up, she hopes that he understands that no means no because, he got that pedo blood in him and all this and that. And it's just like, if Nikki was throwing the white flag out, Cardi took that bitch and stomped on it and said, you can keep your white flag because it would never be over. And I'm just going to put my little 2 cents on it and tell y'all that I understand how everyone loves Cardi. I love both Nicki and Cardi. Let me just say that. I bump both of their music. The beef doesn't matter to me because it's very, insignificant. I understand the competitive nature of being in rap, but the beef is very insignificant when it comes to the music. Of course, when it comes to the music, I am a barb because Nicki's music has a feeling to it that I just mesh well with. I love her music style. I love her talent. I love her lyricism. I'm going to be a barb when it comes to the music. But when it comes to this beef, both of them, I love both of them. And both of them, I can easily and honestly say that both of them are nasty nice. Both of them can be mean and can be petty. And in regards to people thinking one person is better than the other, I don't fall into that at all because I'm going to point out everyone's, blemishes. And Cardi is a full-on, gangster. She's a hood rat. She's a brim. And that is known. She has called her peoples on other people and gotten them beaten up. She has, she's done things, so her, she has a lot of blemishes on her. So to say, oh, she's a better person, that's saying a lot because personally, she has a lot of mud on her own hands, right? Whereas y'all want to talk about Nikki and her association with people, but Nikki herself don't really have no dirt on her hands like that. The people that she loved does though, like her brother and her husband, for example. She can control the people that she loved though. You know what I'm saying? She has compassion and that shows you that she has compassion, right? And, she's understanding. So, but her association is problematic because you are who you hang with, right? So that's why they both are questionable with their character. And that's why I'm not going to pick a side when it comes to who I like as a better person, because everybody has questionable character. No one's perfect. But yes, to me though,
this whole beef thing just seems a little concocted. It seems like they're working together to be as dramatic as possible to help promote both of their platforms. But that's just me, like being kind of like a conspiracy theorist. Like, ain't no way they're not working together. Or is this beef like really a beef? Because what are y'all really beefing about? Because Cardi never really liked Nikki, and she didn't understand Nikki's verse in Motorsport. That's what it's really about, because that's where all the like kind of shade and hate stems from. Like, Nikki didn't like that she wasn't congratulated for being on the verse, so it started from like this little cattiness from them going back and forth, and then Cardi throws a shoe at Nikki's head. Right then and there, like, that's gonna tell you I'm always going to like talk shit about you because I don't like you. The fact that you could assault me, like physically assault me, I would probably never like you. We will probably always be at odds. I'll probably never fight you, but I'll probably always talk shit about you. So that's understandable, so they can have somebody that they can talk about in their music, because that's exciting for us. But all the other stuff, like, I guess your mama jokes turned into your kid jokes, because they going for the low blows. They going for the low blows. But baby, these two apology letters right here, I don't think it really cleared the air. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna say I think that was the last one. Yeah. So what I would say, man, is let me mute this real quick. What I would say when it comes to stuff like this, man, these two individuals are moms at the end of the day. Like, the wife thing can technically come and go. It can be taken away at any moment, because of divorce or whatever. But you're gonna always, my bad, y'all. You're gonna always and forever be a mom. And so there's a certain way. I don't give a damn about the industry. I don't care, man. Listen, it's good that you were able to make your money. It's good that you were able to provide, a way out. Like that's big. That's a blessing. Now you got the money. Now it's what you do with it. It's how you invest it now. And I would think that the goal is to learn, to move on, to adapt, not to sit there and continue to live like a hood rat, or continue to move like you're in that environment that you came from. I'm not saying that you forget where you came from. No, if anything, that should be fuel. That should be, fuel that you add into the fire each and every day to not want to go back. And I know she said that people love drama, people love this, that, and the third, or whatever. I have seen so many people turn $100 into 10K into 100K. I done seen so many people come from a troubled background and take that money, invest that money, and wipe their hands with a certain type of lifestyle because they didn't want to go back. Like, you have to, it's time for us to move on and become better people. Not just for you, but the people that are coming behind you. Again, these two are mothers. Like, bro, they pushing 40. They might be over 40 now. I don't know. I want to say Nikki might be over 40. Cardi B too. I think they're older. I'm not 1,000% sure. But at what point are we gonna give this mess up and move on? Again, this online beef stuff. Like, when are you gonna graduate from that? Become bigger than that. Stop following these what I would say tacky trends. Like, yeah, okay, you started off being a rapper, and we were actually talking about this on that 6 hour live stream the other day, right? Shout out to my boy 3D, man. He was saying that I came from St. Louis, so I got rap songs and stuff that I did, and I know and I understand that life, but I have since then evolved, and so when I rap and I talk and I do my storytelling and stuff through my music, it's a lot different now. I'm educating, I'm helping, so I want to know and I want to understand now that these two young ladies are mothers, wives. When are you gonna open your eyes and understand that, yo, all of this old petty high school ish is played the freak out, man? It really is. Like, it's time to move on to something better. You got so many people looking up to you. Not, I mean, of course, your kids, but you have a huge fan base. A you're a huge influence. on the younger generation. Even these older women out here acting like freaking Cardi B's and Meg the Stallions and Nicki Minaj's and stuff like that. I'm asking, like, is this the legacy that you want to leave behind for everybody else? Like, this is what you're putting out here, sitting there and talking about somebody else's kids, somebody else's children. So it used to be a time where men, women, like, leave family out of it. Family is completely off limits. Like, we're not going to sit here and talk about your kids. We're not going to talk about your significant other. The beef that I have is with you, right? And so we're gonna settle that by me talking about you, and we're gonna do it through rap. We're gonna do it that way, not get on Twitter again, man, and sitting here and doing all this doggone cat fighting, calling people's bees hoes, and again, talking about people's children, talking about they're not fully developed, and they're mentally not there. It's tacky, man. And then hear me out, when somebody tries to throw the doggone white flag, man, like, who's gonna be the bigger person here? Again, when we review and we look at content like this, we're looking at it, we're studying it, and hopefully we're going to learn from other people's mistakes so that we don't repeat what they got going on. We can make better decisions moving forward. And shout out to my dog, man. We were actually somebody actually called me about, having a conversation about this. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of social media, I don't look at this stuff. Like, if it wasn't for like content creating, making a video about this stuff, listen, I'm clicking off of it. I don't wanna see it. I don't wanna hear it. I don't want to talk about it in like everyday life. If we gonna talk about this, we gonna do this thing on camera. That's it. Outside of that, man, I have no interest in losers. Regardless of them being somewhat successful in what they are doing, I still look at results. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When you look at people that are in the height of their career, but they're still struggling with stuff like this, that's not success to me. To me, what that's saying is character flaws, no character growth. Like, your morals and your values aren't there. That money, what it did was it just made you more of who you are. Instead of work on all those issues and stuff that you had maybe before the money got there, or even after. Like, you're not working on anything, you're not improving on anything. The only thing you're doing is you're making money. That's it. Do you not want to become a better person? Do you not want to become a better person, not just for you, but for everybody else around you? Because they're going to reap the benefits from that. Those children's brains are like sponges, they soaking all of that up. And if they go back, because you need to understand, when you put something out there on the internet, it's there forever. It doesn't go away. People are going to keep bringing it up. Ask Kim Kardashian. That little Ray J situation, her kids found out about that situation, I believe, on Roblox, on a child's game, I think, allegedly. So you got to be careful about how you're moving, what you put out here on the internet, because again, this stuff does not go away. It lives forever. And you don't want to put a stain on your resume, especially after you done got to a certain point. If you made mistakes when you were young, cool. Everybody makes mistakes. The older you get, should be the older I get, the more wise I become, right? And yes, I made those mistakes in the past, but look at me now. You look at, how I started moving 5 years ago on up until this point. Everybody can honestly see the change. Like, it speaks for itself. Like, it has to be some type of change, some type of growth over time. Or are we just staying the same? Like, why? Why? That's not a life worth living, man. I'm looking to improve each and every day. And I would honestly appreciate if we had more men, more women that are moving like that. looking to improve in some aspect. But I want to hear from y'all, man. What do you guys think about this particular topic today, man? This Cardi B and Nicki Minaj thing. Um, I really honestly wasn't aware that they were talking about each other's kids until a few minutes ago. I tried to do a little bit of research behind this thing, but I don't really too fast get involved in these things outside of, again, being on social media. So y'all literally be watching me watch content and react to that thing in real time. So, but yeah, I would love to hear from y'all, man. Y'all let me know, what do you guys think about this? We were gonna do a little segment or whatever about what was it, a King James Bible. I had a friend that that we were gonna have like a little friendly, I'll say a little friendly debate about the King James Bible or whatever. So I was gonna bring him up, and just let him get his stuff off, because y'all already know. Listen, I'm always open to the possibility that I'm wrong. I don't get on social media, and I'm not one of those people that look at it like I'm right and I'm having this debate to put you in your place. But I literally, really and truly love to have conversations, to listen and hear people out, and then we can just have like a little light banner, a little bit of back and forth, and you can present some points to me, and I'll try my best to present some facts, data, statistics, or some things that I done researched and I done pulled up, and I'll put it before you, and we can have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? And whoever has the best facts, we can just set it out there like I do with any information. I set it out there. You can either pick it up, you can take it back with you, you can do whatever it is that you want to do with it, and I'm cool with it, man. But we're not gonna get into it tonight. I guess maybe we'll try to invite him on another time, and we'll be able to have that discussion about the King James Bible. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are coming up on an hour, so we're actually doing pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.